Peace. This is the Soul Shed STL Podcast, and I'm JerMarco.
I'm Dreya Denise.
And I'm Matthew Jamison.
All right, and we like to welcome y'all to our weekly podcast where we discuss all things music, man. Yo, this week we'll be discussing the album that changed our lives. You know that album that you heard for the first time and you were like, oh my God, a whole new world. You know that kind of thing going on. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never heard nothing like this. I ain't never felt feelings like this. I ain't never heard lyrics like this. You know what I'm saying? That album that did it for you, that you remember when you was on that street corner back in 1985.
I wasn't born.
I wasn't born either. I don't know what was going on in 1985. Apparently crack. But you know what I'm saying? I figure if it's an album that changed your life, you know what I'm saying, it'll take you back to some special moment.
Right.
Some special moment. So we're gonna be getting to that, man. Jamison, we're gonna hand it off to you first, man. Let us know what's going on.
All right. So for me, the album that changed my life, I remember it like it was yesterday. I was in the backseat of my parents' car in I think 6th or 7th grade, and I heard John Coltrane's "A Love Supreme," and I had never heard music like that in my life, and I was just, I don't know, like I just know I had that mug on repeat like over and over, and I would listen to it everywhere I was going, and I was just like, man, there's not enough words that I can conjure up to express how life changed for me after that moment. It was just really like, I don't know, before I just played video games all the time, and then I don't know, it's just like, oh yeah, I do music and I like music and stuff, that's cool, but I started really getting into it a lot more. So hats off to Coltrane.
Yes, sir. Yes. So when you were doing music during that time?
I've been doing music since I was a little kid. I used to sit behind the drum set when I was in church. My cousin would play the drums, and I would be like, I was one of those kids. And basically, my parents saw that I was always there. They put me into drum lessons at Herbert Hoover Boys and Girls Club, and I learned how to read percussion. And then from there, I started working with Dwight Bosman.
Shout out the Bosman
Shout out the
twins.
Bosman twins. And he's the one who got me into Central Visual Performing Arts High School.
What?
Yeah, Bosman was the one that said, "Come on up here and audition."
I did not know you went to VAP. Oh Lord. Okay, go ahead.
So yeah, that's pretty much the story of how music became a very important part of my life.
You got a favorite track from that album, if you can?
No, I don't have a favorite track. I love how it flows. Like I love from beginning to end, and then like letting it loop. Like I don't know. It's like I hear, you know how you hear a song and you're like, man, this song is coming up next, and then if it don't come up next, you be like, mad, dang, I got it on shuffle, because you like the feeling that you had when you first heard it that way in sequence. That's yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. A Love Supreme. Hey. That's a classic there. That's a classic. That album has changed many people's lives. So I hear it, man. You know, it's just a good time, man. It's a good vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of good vibes, we'd like to shout out the good vibes dealer himself, Mr. Hello JiZoo. It is his birthday today, so unfortunately he could not be with us during this podcast episode, y'all. But he is here in spirit, and you know, he probably had an album that'll knock your socks off, whatever it was that changed his life. Because we all know that he's a musical monster.
Yes.
And so we want to shout out him, man. Happy 29th birthday to Hello JiZoo. And he is also the sponsor, once again, for this current episode, y'all. He is a sponsor under Good Vibes Dealer Incense. And once again, I'll let y'all know, Good Vibes Dealer is a lifestyle brand created by artist, producer, and business owner Hello JiZoo. Through cultural products like incense, sound healing music, and personal development content, GVD provides a wide variety of positive energy open for the world to share. All right. So if you're hearing this, and if you might be a week late, but go ahead and shop with our boy Hello JiZoo over at Good Vibes Still in Incense. All right, y'all.
Yes.
All right. So I'm gonna get into my album that changed my life. I kind of want to do an honorable mention, but you know what I'm saying. We ain't got time. We ain't got time for that today. But the album that changed my life, y'all, is Firstborn Second by Mr. Bilal. All right. And so let me tell you, as a vocalist, I feel like when I discovered Bilal, I discovered like that. You know, they tell a lot of musicians like find that person that you kind of like identify with, that what I'm saying, that kind of match your style, and then hear what they doing, see how they mastered themselves, and then you go and take that and you go master yourself. I feel like Bilal was that artist for me, and the first body of work that I heard for him was that Firstborn Second album. And I remember it. I was in college back in 2010. I had a homie named Charlie B. Charlie B, one of the coldest vocalists that I've ever heard. Yo, he's a Houston native. Crazy vocals. And so he was like, look here, young man. Because he's older than me. So he was showing me different music. So he's like, look, you need to check this guy out right here. And so he started playing Bilal, and he played Bilal's Soul Sister. And
that's the one right there. That's the one.
That record came on, and I was like, wait a minute. What is this, yo? And so I sat down, downloaded the music from his computer, and put it on mine. I went back to my dorm room and I listened to that album, man. And when I tell you that album hit so hard, I was like, oh my God. And I was never the same after that. I became the biggest Bilal enthusiast, man. A bunch of people know that he's my favorite singer. And just completely changed my approach to everything, because I finally found a singer that I could identify with. Dude was just like crazy raw energy. That album was like raw. It was relatable. I feel like listening to the album was like walking through the neighborhood on like a sunny day in the summer, or like a hot sunny day in the summer, and you walking around, you seeing the drug dealing, you seeing the crackheads, you seeing all the crazy stuff, and then you meet up with your girl, and y'all going through y'all ups and downs in life, and y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all love each other, then y'all apart from each other. Oh, this woman is driving me crazy. Oh, sometimes I might want to choke you, girl. Like, you go, and then all of that is going on, then you have to go home, and then you have to sit and think about the conditions you living in. Like, he covered so many different things on that album. And it was so raw and relatable. And it was like the perfect blend of the 90s sound and that incoming 2000s hip hop sound. And then he had the jazz influence and all these other things. It was perfect. I could not tell you a favorite song in the album. That's definitely it was the same thing for me. You play the album from top to bottom, no skips. And it's a good time. It's a good time. And so we're gonna Dre, before we get to you, we're gonna announce some of the events that'll be coming up this upcoming week. And so what we got going on coming up, man. Look. All right. So commercial. No, just kidding. Yeah. Just kidding. So Of course, you all know, if you haven't heard, we announced it on last podcast, but we got the Soul Shed Karaoke hosted by Dreya, Denise, happening on January 23rd. Y'all, that's going to be going down from 8 to 10:30. The admission is $5. $5. $5, y'all. Come through with your face mask. We're going to jam out some karaoke. We're going to have a little drink. And we're gonna be having a good time, man. It's gonna be going down at the Centene Center for the Arts. That's at 3547 Olive. Come through and come on time because we getting in and we getting out. Yeah, we don't have time to play. If you haven't heard of the Kranzberg Open Air Series, they've been featuring some of our favorite acts here around the city. And this upcoming week, man, they got some heavy hitters for you all. On the 22nd, they got Teresa Payne, who'll be doing 2 sets, one at 6 and one at 8 p.m. If you're into some good soul singing, man, that is a show that you definitely do not want to miss. And Teresa Payne is actually one of the instructors for our Soul Shed University program this year. And so come through, ask her some questions about that, and ask her, you know what I'm saying, if she can sing your favorite song and put some money in that tip jar. Scooter Brown on January 23rd. He's going to be competing with us. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. You all can attend both events. You can attend both events. He'll be doing 2 sets as well, part of the open air series, one at 6 and one at 8 p.m. And this will be going down at the Dark Room, you all. All of these events here with the open air series. And then on the 24th, saxophonist herself, Rhoda G, will be doing 2 sets at the Dark Room at 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. All those shows are $10 for admission, but you must purchase food and drinks as well. And so that'll be part of the Kranzberg Open Air Series at the Dark Room. Dreya, if you want to take it over and let us know.
All right. So the album that changed my life, I don't know if you're going to agree with it or not.
Just letting us know what's going on.
Right. So the one that changed my life, you know, I'm from Atlanta. So it was only right that I chose ATLian, you know. My favorite, the album that changed my life was Speakerboxxx Love Below.
Ooh, okay.
Yes.
Speakerboxxx Love Below. When I first heard that album, when they were talking about it coming out, I was so excited to see, you know, both of them, you know, separate and do their own thing. Cause like they were, you know, of course together, but I could tell, like, you know, as they were, you know, growing, that Andre 3000 was getting a little different, you know. Yeah. So I was really, really, really looking forward to his part of that album. And he did not disappoint. He did not disappoint at all. To this day, this is one of my favorite albums to listen to. I love the Speakerboxxx, but the Love Below, though. The Love Below. Yes. Prototype. Spread.
Isn't She Lives in My Lap on that album?
Yes, She Lives in My Lap. He just totally, like, look, it changed my life. It changed my life.
Yeah, that's that bop. I can't make the sound effect, but yeah, I just know when it come on, man. It's automatic.
I love the whole album. Oh, Spread is the shit, like the whole thing. And then on Speakerboxxx, when I can't remember which one it was that he had Patti LaBelle sample on there. Well, I think she was actually on there, if I'm not mistaken. You know, where she did the little, you know, part was doing the feeling good, feeling great. That part, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Here on that, like, I love this album. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a classic. Oh, you can't. I wouldn't expect you to say something like that. I might have to pull that up, man. I wish we could just play the music.
They blew me away with that one. Like, they really did. They really blew me away because I loved Outkast. Like, Outkast was my favorite group back then. When they came out with that, like, just blew me away.
Yes, yes. Y'all got any honorable mentions?
I did have one. Because another one that changed my life was Beyonce's Lemonade. It kind of is similar to what you said about Bilal. It went through like, different stages of a relationship in there. And I really enjoyed that about that particular album.
Yeah. And my honorable mention is Kanye West's Late Registration.
Ooh,
wow.
That album.
Yes.
Let me tell y'all, I was not a fan of hip hop before I listened to that album. I did not listen to hip hop music. I was strictly listening to like old soul music and R&B stuff, like current R&B. I found it like laying, and I was walking to my dad's house, and me and my brother found it laying on the street.
Wow.
And I picked it up, and we took it home and played it. And when I tell you we listened to that thing all the way through, and then we sat there and looked at each other like, hold up, run that back real quick. And we listened to that thing all over again. And I started listening to hip hop after that.
Man, look. Late Registration is my road trip album. Like literally every time I go on a road trip, I'm listening to that all the way through. Like
how we stop the Black Panthers. Ronald Reagan kicked up the answer.
You better do your job and roll up and watch how you roll up. I can't control the game.
It's so nuts.
Man, what?
It's so nuts. That's my shit. Oh my God.
Yes. What they do, little mama?
Daddy, when you were rapping, it was a little funny.
Okay, thank you very much. She had to get in on it. I was too live. That's what happens.
Bro, you was killing them.
Man, that's my favorite song though. Like I can't believe I didn't mention Late Registration as my honorable mention, because that is like every single road trip is that album.
Word, man. Word. Oh man. We're gonna have to have a day where we just sit down and everybody just play some records, man.
Yeah.
Everybody just take turns rotating the aux.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Jameson, you got anything more further to say?
It's so hard, man. Like,
yeah, I'm already knowing, bro.
I'd have to say either Midnight Marauders or Low End Theory.
Ooh.
When I heard that, like, that's when I really was like, wait a minute, you mean I missed this? Then I started digging. I went into Black Sheep, Diggable Planets, all of that stuff. And then I was like, yeah, this is where it's at. So that was my, like, I mean, Kanye, of course, but like I'm talking older hip hop was like, that was my intro. Because the jazz samples got me.
Yeah.
Jay Dilla got me.
Jay Dilla.
You definitely always breaking out that joy, that Jay Dilla joy.
Yeah, I love it, bro. That Busta Rhymes, show me what
Hey, yeah, man. All right, man. So this has been another episode of the Soul Shed STL Podcast, where we discuss all things music, man. And just to let y'all know that Soul Shed STL is live and in full effect while doing bi-weekly events that are dedicated to enhancing our music community here in St. Louis. If you're unfamiliar, man, look us up on social media, on all platforms at Soul Shed STL. We're going to be getting on out of here, man. My name is JerMarco.
I'm
That's Dreya over there. That's Jamison. And we'll be getting out of here, man. You all have a blessed week, and we'll see y'all next week. Peace.
message.